Hi guys, it's Jerry and Chico with He Provides.
I hope everyone's doing well. We're pretty blessed.
We are. So this video is about our 10-year journey. In about 3 weeks, Chico and I will be married 10 years, which is a big deal. It's a big deal.
It's actually 4 weeks from today,
Yes,
the day we're doing the
it is.
video. 4 weeks from today.
But we just wanted to bring you along and tell you about our financial journey.
First, let me say that it has been a phenomenal 10 years.
Yeah.
Best decision I ever made. It's been awesome.
I bullied him into it.
Yeah, she twisted my arm. Her father promised me a goat farm, and I never got it. But anyway, our 10-year journey. When we got married, the day we got married, everything merged to one, and we actually had a negative net worth. When we got married, I had a little bit of cash, but I didn't really own much. I owned a decent van, and I owned an old Dodge truck, and that was about it. You know, we had personal effects, clothing, kitchenware, stuff like that. She had a piece of property with a small amount of debt tied to it, and she had a decent van, and you know, the same effects. In fact, when we did get married, we went through everything, every kitchen item, everything, and we had a yard sale and sold everything that was excess, because we both were all in. This is going to work. Mm-hmm. So we set it up where it had to succeed. So negative net worth starting in. First couple of years was just really a learning curve and blending together two families, right?
It was, and immediately we literally got married, and a week later Chico started a new job.
I did.
That he was gone like 70 hours a week. So it was so the first year in itself, I feel like, was hard.
It was really.
There was more money but less time, and it was very difficult.
And it was a very demanding company. I often worked at least one of my days off as well. So the first couple of years, learning curve. We had 4 kids between us, but her oldest and my oldest were out of the house. So my youngest and her youngest were teenagers and still at home. So there were those issues. So the first couple of years, we're just trying to tread water and keep above and keep everything floating and keep everything juggled. So we really didn't focus on our savings much. We just focused on trying not to kill each other. Her debt, the debt she carried, and again, it wasn't a major amount, but her debt was about twice the amount of the cash I had. So, negative net worth. Then in 2013, through God's assistance, we built a house. We built a house on a piece of property that she already owned. So that kind of put us, as long as we paid our payments and stayed on top of things, it put us on a good path to have a positive net worth. We became landlords at that point. Once we built the house, we rented out where her and I lived when we first got married. So now we've got a little additional income coming in, and quite honestly, the whole landlord thing was a learning curve also. In 6 years we've gotten much better. Then in 2017, while we were dating, we went through Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and then picked up some of the concepts and applied it minimally, and then put it back on the shelf. And in 2017, we reread it. By then, our 2 teenagers are adults and with lives and moved on. We're in a home that we can acquire some equity in. So we grab a hold of it by the horns.
We were much more stable at that point.
So we grab onto it. We really started applying the principles, and we slayed all the debt except our home mortgage. Boom, boom, boom. Just attacked it.
Yeah. Can I jump in? It was hard. It was really hard on me. I like to spend money. I like to shop. Anybody that watches our videos knew that Jerry loves to shop. I love shoes. I love clothes. I love it all. it wasn't hard on Chico. He doesn't want for much, and he likes to have that savings. He likes to count on the savings. So that in itself, that was a rough period for us when we decided, hey, we're going to get out of debt. We're going to stay out of debt. There were lots of long night conversations and tears, but it was one of the best things we've ever done.
Well, it was one of the best steps we ever made. And then it actually got harder for her for a little while. In 2018, we downloaded the Every Dollar app from Ramsey Solutions. That's when there were actually tears and long conversations and how I had to give her reassurance that it would get better. And it did. The first 2 or 3 months, it was painful. So, but after the 3rd month, it started getting easier and we started seeing benefits. She now has money for different categories. We have sinking fund envelopes. So she has money for whatever she wants to do, nails, hair, whatever, haircuts, any of that. We have a clothing budget now. Some things like that. And we both have, it's a minuscule amount for many of you, but we set aside $25 a month just to blow. She gets 25, I get 25. I've spent almost none of mine. I'm thinking about investing it. But anyway.
And you can guess how much I have.
Not much. So, but we downloaded the Every Dollar app, and when it was right there in front of us and it was easy to work, it started clicking. So we started saving like crazy. Mm-hmm. We saved 10% of our income for the first probably 4 or 5 months. And then we were working towards Dave Ramsey's suggested 15%. And we just kept cutting out things that weren't necessary and saving that money. So where we're at now, the last 2 months, we've saved in excess of 25%. Last month, we saved 31% of our income. So we've gone from struggling to save 10% to easily saving more than 30% of our income. We've moved, one of the things we've done that has facilitated this is we've moved most of our, all the accounts that we could from our bricks and mortar credit union to an online savings account. The online savings account pays 2.25% interest, and it really helps out. Mm-hmm. So, you got anything to say? Once we started doing seeing the increase in the amount that we were saving, now we're in the process of learning about investing, and we're going to open up, I have a 401k at work, but we're going to open up a self-directed IRA account, and we're probably, before the end of the year, both going to set up after-tax Roth accounts. So I've read several books on it, so we're starting to get comfortable with that. But what we wanted to do is 10 years ago we got married and started out with a negative net worth, and we have had.
You want me to say the number?
Yes.
1,600%
increase in our net worth. A 1,600% increase in our net worth. So, and we've done it in 10 years. I think it's phenomenal, and I think you can do it too. I hear a lot of knocks against Dave Ramsey, but we couldn't get to the point where we're focused on investing if we hadn't got through the point where we figured out how to get out of debt and save money. So Dave's got his place, but so do other, like Jack Bogle and some of those. So we just wanted to share that with you. We're pretty proud of it, to go from a negative net worth to having a 1,600% increase. Anything else to say?
The Every Dollar app, that was the biggie for me. So Chico says he doesn't so much enjoy reading, but he makes the time. I don't make the time. But the app, everybody has a computer. Everyone has most people have an iPhone or a smartphone. So we put that app, and I'm able to go in and check daily, how much do I have for clothes? How much do I have for groceries? How much can I spend on restaurants. Can I eat lunch out today, or does it need to come out of my money, which is a big deal. If I want to go yard selling, then how much do I have in clothing, because that's mostly what we buy. It truly took all the guesswork out, and it took all the arguments out.
I can't recommend it enough.
You either have the money or you don't, and we decided we were going to live by that, and we're going to stay by that. And there's been times that if I want a brand new suit for work, I've got to save for 2 months. And I think that was the biggest thing for me, where the arguments and all of the riffs left is, we're going to live by this budget. It's either here or it's not. And I can also say, if you're watching our videos, you know that we now have a new grandbaby on the way. So in the process, we learned, how do we budget for things that we didn't expect. We want to throw this baby a nice baby shower. So we had to look at it, okay, how long is it going to take to save what we want? And it was easy, wasn't it? I mean, we just sit down and I said, here's what I want to spend on the baby shower. So we looked at how many months do we have, we divided it. It's a breeze. So now if I want to go out and buy a couple of things each week or a couple times a month, I'm able to do that because I know how much money I have in the budget. So that's truly been the biggest benefit to us.
One another benefit, the very last day of last month, we looked at the budget for our gas, for our cars, and there was enough to fill up both vehicles. So we both went to the gas station, filled up. And here we are in the second week of May, and we've not either one bought gas yet. So it pushes that amount down the road. It works out well for us.
Yeah.
So, guys, I'm telling you,
it'll work.
Yeah, Every Dollar is a great app, and you too can turn your net worth around.
Yep.
Godspeed.